see. Spare fingers. Okay. That should be fine. Do I move it more to the left?
A little bit.
And I die. There or more?
A little bit more. Where it was before. I think that's good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right, get my list. You got yours, Gar?
I got mine right here.
Okay.
Oh my god, I can't wait.
Hi. Happy New Year, Pookie.
Happy New Year.
Ooh. All right. We're ready to start.
Here we are.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to 2019.
2019.
But we're going to talk about 2018, which was
What a year.
epic.
What a year for gaming.
Amazing.
It keeps blowing my mind.
Like, what can top Horizon? Like, 2017 was, like, amazing.
I thought 2017 was going to be the peak.
Yeah, peak.
I thought that's it. We can't get any better. And then 2018 happened. Oh my god.
I can't.
All the games.
So we're going to start again, because every year you don't have a top 10.
Never.
Which is okay. Which is great. I kind of like that, because you're concise, you're precise,
Yep.
you're in there.
But I think this year is going to be the top 10 year.
Yeah. No, but you know what's funny?
I think it's going to be it.
It's because you were catching up on series.
Yeah, I was.
You were catching up on series. It's not
And
that
I
you
caught
played.
up on all of them.
It's not that you played less.
I played so many
It's you were
games this
catching
year.
up with
Oh my
series.
God, so
And
many
there's
games.
years that I have done that. Like I was not into Uncharted in the second game had come out.
And then that's when you got into it.
And then I had to catch up with the first one.
Because that first game, we don't talk about that.
But yeah, so we're going with my 10 to 7.
10 to 7. Yeah.
10 to 7.
You can go ahead and start.
Okay. So number 10
Is
Monster Hunter World. Came out in January, beginning of the year. I was crazy for this game. Put like at least a good 100 hour. Maybe 95.
It's a never ending game.
Yes. And then we played together.
We did. We played together.
We played together. It's not super high on my list because I'm not like an MMO person. I hate humans. No, I'm joking. I just don't like playing too much. Like, I like story.
Yeah.
Even though it has like a good basic story, we're in a new world. We have to
alright.
like kill all the monsters and wear them. But yeah,
It was alright.
I did have fun. I know you did. You enjoyed it.
I
Us
did.
trying to kill that monster for 7 hours.
For 7 hours.
Yeah, and then you're like, I give up.
The
I give
angina,
up.
the angina that we called it angina. That's not the name of the monster, but that's
It's
what we
not.
called it.
Yes.
That's a big ass T-Rex, man.
Yeah, and I'm like, Jackie, where are you? Jackie, where are you? Jackie, where are you? You're like floating. We play with Santiago, I think.
Yeah, we played with something because he was like level.
Yeah, he was like
He,
super
like, went
high.
crazy.
Yeah,
He went
and we're
crazy
like, we
on it.
need you. We need you to power levels
Yeah.
because me and you,
Oh my
we were
God.
doing story and like side missions.
Yeah.
We weren't really doing the main
No.
quest. But yeah, that was number 10. It's a great number 10.
It was. I think it's a solid number 10.
Is it? Is it?
I think it is.
Number 9,
Is.
An Experience with You, A Way Out.
Oh my god.
That game killed us.
What a game.
What a great game.
Oh my god.
And
I got like my eyes watered. It was a
And you know
good
what?
story game.
You know what I love? Because you know how I remembered again? Because that was earlier in the year too, because I had my gaming journal.
Yeah.
Oy. I'll get it eventually. But yeah,
Yeah.
gaming journal where I write all our memories. I wrote that me and you decided. Spoiler alerts. I'm not gonna spoil, but the ending we decided our own canon ending.
Yeah.
Because something happens
Yeah.
that we have to decide something.
Yeah. We had to decide who lives or dies.
Oh, you want to spoil it? Fuck you. We'll spoil it.
It was basically what it was. At the end of the game, you can't escape having to decide which character lives and which character dies.
Yeah, and
So
then
we decided because we didn't want the game
to
end horribly.
exactly, and then you're like, I'm putting the controller down.
Yep.
You could kill me.
Yep. And that's what we did.
And we did it. And then
Because oh my god.
storytelling was epic.
What a story.
So good. And then
Oh man.
and then how it forces us together
Yeah.
in mechanics.
Like you can't play it by yourself. You need a buddy.
You need a buddy. Yeah.
need a
no, I
buddy.
wonder if somebody could play it like to.
Like switching back and forth.
Do you know Andrew Pobrecito? He hasn't beaten it.
Aww.
Because he's like,
he has nobody to play with.
He has nobody. But I keep telling him, I'm like, bitch, you have me and you have Jackie.
Yeah, we both have
It's
it.
because he gets distracted by another game and another game and another game. But yeah, so A Way Out was number 9.
So good.
Number 8,
Oh god. What's number 8?
Let me see if you could guess.
Detroit?
Yes, you got it.
Detroit is your number
Detroit is number 8.
8.
Number 8.
8.
Number 8. Number 8. Remember that I do a formula to this.
Oh my god.
Remember that I do formula to this.
Oh my god.
Detroit I still love to death.
8.
Story-wise, you know it got high points in story. You know that for sure. I immensely enjoyed it. Mechanic-wise...
What was wrong with the mechanics?
No, I know. It's like, you know... Don't disrupt my formula.
Your formula is on some shit. Oh, number 8.
No, but I felt like they could do more with the themes of the story, too. I felt like they were going a little too like Dr. Martin Luther King, but not really like acknowledging Dr. Martin Luther King.
They went amazing.
No, it was still great.
Killed it.
It's still great. But like I didn't like Marcus's story too much.
What?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know.
You think he got too preachy?
Not that that got too preachy. It was too quick. His wasn't as well developed, and they forced the love interest on you. That girl.
You could not have fallen for her.
No,
that was the option.
No, because even like I was
that was the option.
Yeah,
you could have not fallen for her.
But she still has like I want you, and I'm like, girl, I don't want you.
She's so cute. She was fucking cute.
No, she wasn't.
You know she was.
And no, she wasn't.
She was.
No, my canon, he doesn't care about love interest.
Oh my god. She was cute.
But you know who Babe is?
Who's Babe?
Who's Babe for you?
Oh god. Who's Babe for you? Now I'm scared.
Okay. I forgot his name. No, because it was beginning of the year.
Uh-huh.
So it's not... how funny. I remember Marcus. And it's... No, the detective... It's not Colin.
Connor?
Connor. You see, Colin. I'm like,
Connor.
I know it's not Colin. Connor was my favorite. Favorite storyline.
My favorite storyline was Alice.
Alice and Alice is the little girl. And then
Alice,
Kate.
Luther, and... Oh my god.
You see? This is what I hate in the beginning. This is what I hate.
But it was the 3 of them. It was Alice, the little girl.
Yeah, Marcus.
Luther,
yeah.
Luther, the big guy, and...
Kate. I feel like it's Kate or something. But we loved all of them. And then
that one was my favorite.
And then the thing I loved about that one is that everybody I talked to got something different. I never got concentration camp. Did you get concentration camp?
The first time I never got concentration camp.
No, we're going with first playthrough because, you know.
But I went back. And
you went back. I never got concentration camp.
No, the first one
Angie got concentration camp. One of my friends,
From the
Angie.
Beginning?
Yeah. Not from the beginning, like her story. She got different things.
That's crazy.
And she got concentration camp. It's because one of the things she did is she let that fat guy in the beginning live. The one who was abusing Alice. And
she let him live?
Yeah, did you kill him?
I killed him.
I killed him too. I was like,
buy it.
I was like, I'm a robot?
I shot the shit out of him.
Like, no, I don't care. I don't have feelings for you.
No.
Yeah. But overall, great game. Great game.
Sure
it's not super high, but I still love it and I still value it. Okay? So, number 7
is
Bloodstain, Curse of the Moon.
How was that?
That one is really, really great. I love old school, you know, Mega Man, Castlevania. You know, I love my little platformers and stuff like that.
Your arcade games.
I was starving for it.
Were you?
Yes, and it was a good enough modernism because, you know, the older...
They mixed it?
Yeah. Like, you know, older games, you died, you go all the way back to the beginning.
All the way to the beginning.
Yeah, and then it's overtly difficult, and if you fall on spikes, it's instant death. Yeah, you know, it's modern enough where it
wasn't annoying.
It wasn't as annoying. And, you know, it still has those harder modes that it's like one instant kill or, you know, yeah, like you could turn it off. Like I turned off because a lot of older games, you know, when an enemy hits you or something hits you and you automatically jump back. I hate that in games. Like if you're in a platform and you're on the edge and something hits you and you fall and you're like, bing! So
and you're dead.
And I'm dead. So you could actually turn that off.
Oh, that's great.
I was like, oh, yes, please.
Because
I hate that.
Yeah.
But so yeah, I loved it, and then I also backed the game. Ritual of the Night. It's a Kickstarter game, and then this was one of the freebies they gave. If you know, it's like a prequel, but not really a prequel. It's a taste tester. You know, for the full game that may come out this 2019. Hopefully it does, because life is weird and we might not get games for 8 years.
No, not 8 years. Don't say 8 years.
13 years for Kingdom Hearts, girl. God. And it's finally coming out in 24 days.
You gotta count it and everything.
No, it's not 24 days. It's 29 minus 2. 27 days. Number 6 is Far Cry 5.
That you went crazy with that game.
I went crazy.
You went crazy with that game.
It was so good.
Was it?
Yes, because it still had the busy work of climbing towers, unlocking maps, you know, killing the hideouts.
Here,
yeah.
All over the place.
It condensed it. Instead of doing 80, you're doing 20. Like, it condensed it, it made it tighter.
That's not that bad.
It's still, and then it refined the mechanics. And then I also liked the theme this time. Because it was, you know, Montana, the U.S., because, you know, the other games are in other parts of the world.
The middle of nowhere places.
Huh?
Middle of nowhere places.
Yeah, middle of nowhere places. And so this one was, like, here in the United States, and it was a crazy religious cult. And, you know, I kind of like that imagery. And, you know, with the way that our world is going now, not to go into politics, but, you know, it was intriguing. I'm like, what our possible future could be. No, I'm joking. We're never going to get to that. Please. But, yeah. So it was, and it was crazy good. No, and you know what's funny? I have him in my room. I don't know if the camera could, like, get him, but I have a statue of Joseph.
You should bring him
Even
over.
with being, I'm not going to bring him over here, girl, because if he falls and the little cane and the knife and the gun, he's going to fall. But even him being a villain, I fell in love with him.
Did you?
Yes. I was like, this is great. I like villains, even if they're nasty, evil.
You love
yes,
them.
I love villains, and it was well done. And you kind of got to see all the villains' reasoning, even within their craziness.
Okay.
Like, yeah, and then I like the little. It's because I'm the weird type of gamer who, like, reads the memos sometimes.
I read all of them.
So you get to know the backstory. Because a lot of people are like, Far Cry 5 is empty. And I'm like, no, it's not if you don't read it.
Is that a lot of people play like that? They don't.
Yeah,
you know, when you open a text, some people just close it immediately. Like, they don't bother. I always like to read all of them.
Horizon. If you close those things.
So many. And especially the voice ones in Horizon.
Mm-hmm.
So
this one has those things, the stories, but it's also told in the cutscenes. And the soundtrack
was it good?
of Far Cry 5 was amazing.
Was it?
Yeah, because it's very gospel. And
really
stuff like that, but it's
feelings.
Yes, but I like it because it was like, you know, I also like country and gospel regularly, normal too. So with this hint of like,
it was like
a little melodic and like it's
anarchist.
Really cool. Yeah, because you know it's a controlled America, so it's like listen to our music if not you're gonna get shot in the head. But yeah, Far Cry 5 mechanic, and then one thing is the multiplayer in that was sick. I played it for hours with people. And all of that with my friends from GameStop as well. And the multiplayer in Far Cry 5 was great. Like, because you could also create your own levels. I didn't try that. I was like, I ain't got time for that. Like, no, girl.
Bye.
So
Bye, Felicia.
Yeah. So I played curated levels.
Okay.
Like fan-made levels. And
were they good? Yeah.
Yeah, they were really good. Like there was like a Last of Us one where they made like the woods and the cars burning. Yeah, and the stop signs.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I was like, oh my god, this is so cool. They decorated the character to look a little bit like Ellie.
Aww.
You know, so it's really cute.
That's cute.
It's like Little Big Planet in that whackness.
Okay.
Okay, so that was number 6. Now we go to your number 6.
My number 6 was your number 10.
Was Monster Hunter World?
Monster Hunter World. Because it's not that I hated it. I thought it was really nice. I loved the art. The art was beautiful. And I love how you can customize your character. But it just didn't fill me with like
I know, I get you.
At the beginning you're like, oh shit, look at all that I'm gonna do. And then you get tired. Just the same thing.
Yeah, it's too much of a grinding.
Yeah, it's too much.
Too much of a grinding. And it's like,
so I had
to fight this monster, 10 times just to get 10
10
bones to make a boot.
It's too much.
And it's like,
it's too much.
No.
To make one costume, I think it was like that electric fox-looking thing. I don't know.
They had to kill
with the big tail. I had to kill that thing like 20 times just to make the whole outfit.
And then when you finally fucking make the whole outfit, the next monster
one comes. That's better.
That's better, and you're like, what's the point of all of this?
Why did I just?
What is the point of all of this?
Went through
this
like
grind.
5-10
That's why
hours.
people like it.
It was too much.
But I get you. That's why it's lower on my list.
That's why for me it wasn't.
Yeah, and it's funny because we like grinding in other games.
But in other games,
we love grinding.
I think it just depends on the kind of grinding. For me, that's not my kind of grinding.
Yeah, it's not.
It's too much.
It's not 80 hours for like a piece of feather.
No, I can't.
Yeah, I get you.
And my number 5 was A Way Out.
A Way Out? How funny we have them in the same. In the kind of same level.
Because I love that game.
I know you did.
I loved it so much.
We had to take a break in the middle, and we didn't want to.
Yeah?
Yeah. Because we played it in 2 sittings because of work and stuff like that. We get out of work late. Yeah.
It was already like past midnight.
Which is funny because I think when we came back the next day, it was like an hour
It was like, it was really, we almost beat the whole thing.
Yeah.
But it was so good. I was just so surprised by the story, the connection they make you feel with the characters.
Yeah.
You're like involved.
Even though I'm still holding a grudge.
Why?
This bitch, and that's what I'm going to call you. That's what I'm going to call you. I was going to win in Connect 4 at the hospital. And she quit it out of the Connect 4. And I'm like, you sore loser. So that's going to be out there.
Yeah, it's true.
Okay, yeah, you see, you admitted it. Sorry, beat you in Connect without joking. I don't give 3 fucks.
Sometimes I just don't know how to lose graciously. So.
No, I get you.
So I just left.
You're like,
I was like, bye.
Yeah. No, and I love it because my character goes like, you don't have to be a dick about it. Or he says something like that. Yeah. I'm like, you see? It was funny though. It was a good interaction.
It was funny.
I agree. It was a great.
It was such a good game. And I was
such a good game.
Pleasantly surprised.
We had to see one of his movies because he was like not a failed director. That's so like evil to say. But he was a director before he got into games. Yeah, so I want to see his movies.
What his style is.
Yeah.
Because he made a really
good
game.
We're loving his games so far, like A Tale of Two Brothers.
Yeah.
You know, I'm wondering when he's going to do more. He's doing really great.
I hope he does a lot more.
Yeah, and I'll support him day 1. His games are day 1 now.
He's beautiful.
A Way Out, we got day 1.
And it was, I mean, for a short game, it just condensed so much emotion into it.
Yeah, it was fucking...
So much emotion, man.
It was a lot. It was so good. And we did not see that ending.
No.
And I don't think people guessed it either.
I mean, it wasn't like a 100% shock, you know? Like, I could see how he went there.
Like, yeah.
But I was just like, he did it in such a way that you're like, oh no. Shit.
Like, we paused. No, we paused for like a good 20 minutes.
And we were like, oh my God, I can't believe it.
We're like, now we have to play instead of together and working and teamwork.
Uh-huh.
Now we have to be against each other.
Yeah. After you fell in love with the bond
and we
that
were
they
already
had.
like fucking writing fanfiction.
Yes.
We're like, who cares about their wives? We want them together.
Yeah, we had like a whole future planned out for them.
Yeah, and then for us to be ripped like that.
Yeah, it was so sad.
So fucked up.
It was so sad.
Okay, so my number 5. Number 5 is Marvel's, because I have to say Marvel's first. Copyright infringement. Marvel's Spider-Man.
Okay.
Yes.
I can see that being number 5.
But it may be number 5, but I fucking love that game.
It was so good.
Yes. Like, if I could put it higher in the list, I could. In another year, if it was a slow year, if it was a slow year...
You would have put it?
I would have put it. Why? Spider-Man's number 4?
No.
Oh, okay, sure. All right, don't worry.
Hang on. I got the order mixed up.
Ooh, what happened?
Oh,
you did Monster Hunter World 6.
Yes.
And then A Way Out 5.
No.
Oh, it wasn't 5? What was 5 then for you?
Spider-Man.
Oh, and then A Way Out?
No. A Way Out was number 3.
I can't with you. I can't with you right now. I can't with you. Well, at least 5. Now we'll just go. We'll skip your number 3.
No.
Okay, so we have Marvel Spider-Man. We both have it for 5, so we can like...
Yes.
Okay.
Which...
You weren't digging at first, which we'll get into.
It wasn't...
I was getting scared. I'm like, what is wrong? I'm like, no, Mama, no.
No, it was that there was so much hype. Everything was hype. Everything was, this is amazing. This is incredible. This is out of this world. And I was expecting to be blown away. I was like, that's it. As soon as I start this game, I'm going to be blown away. And I wasn't.
I get you.
It was great. And it
started
so good, you know, with the kingpin, and you put him in jail, and you're like, what? It was so good.
It had an amazing
intro. It started so good.
Like you're right in the action.
Yeah, but for me, it was too much hype. And it just didn't meet all the hype.
I could understand.
It met some of the hype because it was
Don't get me
really
wrong.
good game.
Of coming from a Batman lover, and I've played all the Arkham games, it's still, I still fucking love Spider-Man, and it's gonna get there. This is its first Arkham. But it's like, people are like, it's the best superhero game.
No,
I'm like, bitch, Batman.
Like, hey, calm down.
Batman, yeah, it was a little,
Calm
I get
down.
you. I'm like, calm down, bitch. Batman is
It
still
was
king, at
good,
least a
but
little
it wasn't
bit.
like,
Yeah, it's a step forward,
Yes.
way step forward. And
From
now,
where it's been?
Now, part 2, if they do it correctly, it could get to the level of Batman.
It could easily get to that level.
It
But
could get
if they
into
don't
that level.
fuck it
I
up.
do agree with you. Now, for performances, though, Yuri, the voice actor
Oh my
for
gosh.
Spider-Man,
Yes.
like, I think he should have won the award for Best
So
Actor.
good.
Like,
So good.
every character was good. I still have slight problems with Mary Jane.
I know you, but I don't even know why. I thought they did her great.
Don't worry, it's not an
I thought she
18.
was-
It's not an 18. I'd rather have lunch with Mary Jane than have lunch with Nadine.
Hey, Nadine is incredible. You better leave her out of this.
Nadine
bitch.
could fall off a cliff.
Hey.
No, I'm joking
I'm
because I know you fucking love her.
Mhm.
Chloe's my girl. She's my bae. But Nadine, like, no. Sorry.
Nadine is incredible. I see what's going on here.
I know.
You are having a problem with these really strong women.
No, it's not
Because
strong.
Mary Jane in this game
Okay.
was written
You want to know
super
my real...
opinionated.
You want to know my
She
real...
was written super, get out of my face, I ain't taking no shit from nobody.
Okay, granted, you're right. You're right. But you could say Chloe is strong without being, like, aggressive.
Okay,
Because
but
Chloe's
it's okay to be
like,
aggressive.
Chloe goes to Nate. Instead of fighting with Nate, and instead of being like, Elena, who the fuck are you? She's like, remember, dance with the one who brought you here.
Yeah.
That's a way stronger line than being like,
It
like in front of people's
But
faces.
it depends on your character.
No, I get you. But I'll tell you the real
Chloe-
reasons. I'll tell you the real
But
reasons.
hang
So
on.
Mary Jane, because
Hang
we
on.
can't go into Nadine's.
Because hang on. Because Chloe has always used her sexuality and her womanly charms to get what she wants. So she's used to that type of manipulation.
Yeah.
Nadine has had to use force.
I get you. Okay, but yeah, this is not going to become... We'll do a separate podcast for 7 hours on Nadine and Chloe.
Okay.
But anyways, Mary Jane, the reason I didn't like her as much.
Was.
The first thing is a reporter, which I'm okay changing because she used to be a model or whatever.
I
Comic
like her
books
better
change.
as a reporter.
Yes, but then it's like, ugh. Multiple women could be in the same profession. This is not a woman thing. We're putting it into the thing. Superman has Lois Lane,
Who's a reporter?
who's a reporter. So it just felt cliched.
Mm-hmm.
I understood it. And then her sections I didn't like as much, stealth-wise.
I love, but
You
you know
know.
I love stealth.
And then
I'm a stealth bitch.
I understand her point of view because he is mothering her where she doesn't need to be mothered. She needs to be out there. And if she dies, she dies.
It's okay. She's
You
risking
could,
her life.
yeah, if you could risk your life, why doesn't she
fine.
risk her life?
Yeah.
That's completely understandable. It's in the DLC where it starts grating a bit because she's like, "You're with Black Cat, aren't you?" Like, and it's like,
She
I don't like jealousy. Yeah,
She's
jealousy
getting
on people,
But
regardless
Spider-Man
of
and
sex.
Black Cat, they
No, and then
have
I'd rather be with Black
past.
Cat, to be honest.
Well, Black Cat is delicious. let me
Black
tell
Cat
you.
is delicious. Oh, you see, yes. Black Cat is delicious. It's just, I don't know. It's because Mary Jane. I like Gray.
know, you
Maybe I
can't
don't
get
like.
past it. You
Maybe
can't
I
get
really
past it.
don't like Mary Jane
I don't
anymore.
think you do.
Maybe I
think you
came.
hate
I
her now.
thank you.
It's
I came
okay.
into. I have to admit it. I don't hate
It's
her.
okay. You just
I don't
don't like
hate
her. It's
her.
okay.
Okay, let's move on from Spider-Man.
Okay.
Great game. We love the combat.
It was good.
The
The
combat-
combat was great.
I know.
You know
it was
what I really
addicting.
loved?
And the gadgets.
You know what I loved? The swinging.
The swing, of course.
Oh my god. The swinging and the fact that you can hop now from place to place and you can like
and then
focus.
the fast forward of like and then jumping off a ledge
It was amazing.
and then doing
he
the
parkours
tricks.
everywhere.
Yes, R2,
Yes.
the parkour. Yes,
God, so good.
yes, and then the gadgets. I love like my
so
favorite
many.
is the how you call it the shooting one web and then it puts everybody to like the wall or something. And then
the
I like
impact web. That one was so good.
the impact web, correct.
Yes.
And then there's another one which is like a blue one, which it just lifts everybody to the air, and then I do like air combat.
Yes.
Yeah, the combat was addicting. Story was really well done. The backstory of the villains.
Yes.
It was an amazing game. It's amazing. It's B+. Yes, it's overhyped.
Yeah.
And then in a year of amazing video games, it could have been our game of the year. In a normal year, that's not too packed. Not in this year, unfortunately.
Not in this year.
So you go with your number 4.
Yes, my number 4 is Shadow of the Tomb Raider.
Shadow of the Tomb Raider. Yeah. She's not even in my honorable mentions, sadly. I know, right? I don't know why. And I love the game. You know I did. Yeah. And I played a lot of it. But go ahead, sorry.
I really loved it. I mean, the story, I think they really stepped it up.
I agree.
They did a much better story than the last game. I mean, the last game was good, but the last game...
I think the marketing, just to mention the marketing really quick, like how many times is she becoming the Tomb Raider? It's like... What?
She's been becoming the Tomb Raider for the past 15 years. It's like, hello.
It's 3 games for a prequel.
Yes.
Like, it just felt weird.
It's a lot for a prequel.
Yeah. And then expectations too.
Yes.
Uncharted.
Yeah. Uncharted.
And then the thing is, Tomb Raider started first.
It did.
And the originals were globe trotting.
Yeah.
And this one they finally brought water because I miss Laura underwater.
Yes.
I miss her like
oh
finding
God.
jewels.
They finally made her be able to breathe under there and like hold her breath a normal amount of time. Yes, and the eels that like get you.
Yes, and then going under the water under an enemy if they're like in a bridge
yes.
by the canoe.
It's great. And you kill them from there. Yes, it's great.
And then when
I thought it was amazing.
You know, I got super freaked out. I thought it was gonna be like Game of the Year. When we do a flashback and we play young Laura.
Oh my God.
And we do that whole thing in the mansion.
Yes, I thought that was beautiful.
I was like, this is Uncharted level that we get character development.
Yeah.
And this is the first time. Can you mention really any of the side characters in the Tomb Raider? No. In Uncharted we have Chloe, Cutter, we have Sully, we have all these excellent, Elena, all these excellent side characters. In Tomb Raider you don't care. This one, Jonas.
Yeah.
Jonah
was
bitch
so good.
slapping her.
Oh my God.
Like being like, oye,
like,
cálmate.
hey, you need to calm the fuck down.
Yes.
Because, oh my God.
And I like the girlfriend they kind of gave him.
Yes, the one with the short hair.
Yes,
oh my God,
I liked her.
name, but she's amazing.
Yeah, she was amazing
she
too.
Was all sassy
so they were
and shit.
getting, I felt this game,
like they
I
were
loved
finally.
it. Finally, but they still, for me, they still fell off a cliff.
A little short.
And then I don't get it with the death scenes of Laura. That's your phone, no?
No, that's your phone.
Oh! I got scared. I'm like, who is that?
This literally happened last time.
No, someone's calling the phone. They're trying to find the phone. Oh, I got scared. I'm like, because that sounds like an emergency shit.
Oh,
I'm like, emergency.
But yeah, it was a good game. I thought it was great.
Yeah, I
really
forgot where we left off. I'm like tornado watch, tornado watch.
But they finally brought in the characters. They finally put the work into the secondary characters. But that they still didn't meet the stage.
Yeah, they still fell off the cliff. Oh, Laura's death fall off the cliff. Laura's death scenes. It's just too much.
Every time she dies?
Yeah, it's like
so
no,
graphic.
and then all of them were like pipes. I'm like, where are they coming? Or not pipes, impaling.
Yes.
Everything was impaling.
She gets impaled by everything.
She gets impaled by everything.
Oh
like there was a weird thing that I fell off slightly.
Uh-huh.
There's nothing to be impaled with.
And she got impaled.
And then something out of nowhere. I'm like somebody
so
has
intense, man.
a like penetration.
Yes, fetish. Like they need to calm down.
Yes.
But yeah, it was good. It was good.
Okay, so you did your number 3 already.
Yeah. Oh wait, I was number 3.
Yes, but I need to do 4.
You need to do 4 and 3.
And 4 and 3. So 4
is
Celeste.
Oh, okay.
It came out in the beginning of the year.
I know you really love that one.
Why you got scared? You got scared for a second.
I was like, oh my God, who is it gonna be?
Celeste, I loved.
Uh-huh.
And I rebought it yesterday.
Did you?
Yes, because it's coming out physically now because it was digital. Yes, because it's coming with a steel case, a strawberry keychain, a poster. Like, I wanted all stickers.
I might buy it.
Well, you can't. It's sold out.
Oh,
Oh, right. It's physical on a website, not real. Best Buy is going to do a limited run, too. I heard. So I'll keep you posted.
Let me know.
But yeah. I love it. Platformer, kind of like Bloodstained. Difficult platformer.
Okay.
Like, it's insanely difficult.
Okay.
But one of the things it teaches you is you can do this.
Don't give up.
Don't give up. And it's such a beautiful story for a platformer.
Is it?
Because, you know, platformers sometimes don't need to really have story. They don't.
And generally they don't have it.
They don't. But it felt so good because this one in each category, music, story, character,
This is good.
it's
Solid.
top level. That's why it's so high in my list, because all around.
That was solid.
It was just, yes. And then with themes on how to tackle anxiety and depression and what are the characters.
I like games that have those themes.
Exactly, and you're going to love it because I don't want to spoil that much because you haven't played.
You know?
There's serious themes in
They're
the way
things that people go through.
Yeah, and
I
it
think that's good.
It made me happy and made me hopeful.
Yeah.
And it impacted my life in like a real serious way.
I think that's great.
And games, you know, sometimes do that.
Yeah.
You know, but don't usually do it. And then this game was something special. Also, it was the first game. I mean, not the first game. It was one of the games where it's word of mouth. You know, it was from a website, that they gave it a 10 out of 10. It was IGN. And then I was like, you know, I'm like, wow, a 10 out of 10. And then I was looking videos. And I like when that happens, when you don't know about something.
When you just randomly find
you
something.
randomly, yes. Like, Child of Light was like that.
Those
I
end
randomly.
up being the best games, man.
Yeah, Child of Light. My
You're still traumatized.
I know, my save data corrupted. But, you know, finding out games just randomly.
Just
like, Song of the Deep. That was, like, 3 years ago. I did not know anything about the game. I just saw it on the shelf. I bought it.
And it was great.
Yes, I wanted to collect all the pops. I got the book. I'm like, I'm fucking up. I love when you find a good surprise.
Yeah.
But yeah, Celeste,
Those are the best.
beautiful mechanically and everything, and it's such a grueling hard game. But I made it. And I did not do assist mode.
That's great.
Or I did not do it because it also tells you could do it however you want, and you could take that away, and it still gives you the trophies.
Does it? Even if you have assist?
Yeah, even if you have assist. That's how I got the other trophies. Because after I beat the game, it's like, girl, no, I'm not gonna do. But I'm proud I could say that I had like 3,000 deaths.
3,000 deaths?
Yes, and I did it.
Wow.
I did it, and it felt so, because to do that and not to give up and to continue, I'm not going to get teary and shit, I promise myself. To not give up and to persevere.
That's a lot.
And then do it, yeah, and it's just a beautiful message, beautiful overall games, and then indies matter. I love indie games.
Indies do matter.
I love my baby games.
Indies,
not baby as in kids,
like,
babies as in my babies.
Change you most of the
Yes,
time.
I love indie games.
They have such strong messages. They really
Exactly.
do.
Look how high up it is in the list.
Who's your number 3?
My number 3.
Oh God. Bum bum bum.
Is
God of War.
Is number 3.
3?
God of War is 3.
Oh my God.
God of War is 3, not 2, not 1. I thought you were.
It's 3.
It's 3.
Oh my God.
It is 3.
Wow.
Okay, so disclaimer. My top 3, 3, 2, 1, all got tied in my formula.
He has a formula that's how he grades his games.
And the top 3,
we're all tied.
And every week I was like debating.
You're like, no, this one, no,
this one. And then I'm like, no, I had to stop being bofiao. This is my top 3. Excellent way to reintroduce a character. And I freaking love the originals. But I started getting fatigued.
Really?
Yes. It's because you have to think about it. Because it was like 6 or 7 games because I also I was a huge Kratos fan. I even played like the PSP games and all of that.
There's
it's
like
just
a whole mess of
it's hack and slash. He's always angry, defeating the gods. You know, it came from an era where we didn't really care about story that much. I still cared about stories always in video games, but I don't care if the story was written in a notebook or a character said one line and I loved it forever, or the way they were dressed. That was all story.
At that
to
stage in the gaming, it wasn't like number 1.
Yes. But now games are stepping up to a level where they could rival books, movies, and all of that.
It's amazing.
So it's like, you know, so the originals, I started feeling fatigued. So this was a perfect way of revamping it. And it's actually a sequel because it's like 100 years later.
Yeah.
So it's not erasing the past.
No.
And then when you get that feeling when you see Athena in the boat, rolling the
like,
boat, yeah, I was like, Athena! I was like snapping and everything. I was like, yes! And she's like, you can't hide. You're always going to be that monster.
It's always going to be in you.
Yeah. And I was like,
oh, shit.
But it also feels like a part one. And that's the only thing that doesn't make it falter. It's a great start. But I guess it's a downfall, but it's also an amazing thing that I want fucking more on the 9th or 8th game of a series.
Yes. I think that's incredible.
Yes, I was like, oh my god. And now
incredible.
With Atreus is like just as top with Kratos.
Yes.
I love that boy.
He's so
Even
good.
though I hated him in the middle section.
I had issues
when
with
he's
him.
like, I'm a god now.
Yes, when he got all like
cocky.
I don't care about anybody.
I was like, that's when I almost put the controller down. I'm like, if this boy, even though they should explore, I think they should do a time jump for part 2. I want to see teenage Kratos. I don't give a fuck about people. Gothic Atreus.
Teenage Atreus.
Atreus. I said Kratos. Yeah, but I want him like experimenting.
I want to see him a little older too.
Wouldn't that be hot too? Because the father, Kratos was super sexual in the originals.
Yeah.
Imagine those themes with Atreus older, not as a kid, but like Atreus older and kind of fighting, and then we get
19,
the sneak
20,
peek.
21.
Yeah, and we get the sneak peek that because there's a mural of the future.
Yes.
That it kind of interprets that Atreus might kill Kratos, so Kratos dies in the end of this.
Kratos dies. Oh, he's gonna have his same fate of killing his father.
I'm guessing.
That's what the mural was.
Because the past always repeats itself. Always. But Atreus looks sad in that mural.
Yeah. Like he didn't want
Like he didn't want, or he didn't inadvertently kill. So let's see what they do. But that's 2 games for them. They're probably not even
3 games from now.
Yeah, exactly. No, he said he wanted to make 6 games.
6 more?
6 games. That's what Corey, the director, said. He wants to make like 6 games. Let's see.
I hope he does.
I hope he does, but I don't want to get fatigued again. Ascension. When they start doing a prequel of a prequel of a prequel, that's too much. It's like, bitch, you only get one prequel in a story. You really do.
You should only ever have one.
One prequel.
You don't need 3 or 4.
Oh
my god, no, hell no.
Yeah, you run out of storylines. Just keep it forward. Keep it forward. And then they kind of have a hint of like, not Norse mythology. Norse mythology is where it takes place now, but they had not Chinese. I don't know what. They had also another
mythology?
Yeah, hinted at. So I'm like, ooh, they could hop another dimension because he goes from Greek to Norse. So let's see if
I love Norse.
I love Norse too. Yeah, I can't wait to finally meet like Thor.
When you really see, like, you really get into him.
Yeah, and then Freya. Eso me lo dio el corazón. Freya. You see the difference between this and Detroit that I can remember their names and shit? Freya was
unbelievable.
And then I don't know what we're gonna do with her. Like, I don't want her as an enemy. I hope we snap her into reality.
I think she's gonna forgive him.
I hope so.
I think she's gonna get over it.
But she's probably gonna be a boss.
I think she'll get over it more so because of Atreus than for him.
Maybe.
I think that she will.
Yeah, and then Atreus being Loki.
Yes! I was like, no, they didn't.
Even though I felt at first I didn't like it because I'm like, I know, I got used to Atreus. I wanted it to be a whole different. I don't want the baggage of Loki.
Yeah.
And then so let's see how they handle it. It was a good twist though. I was like,
it was.
But at the same time,
I hope they make him his own unique kind of Loki that has nothing to do with the Loki we know.
And I want to keep Atreus.
Oh, you see.
I want to keep Atreus.
I like his name.
I like his name. Yeah. And then the origins of the name.
Yeah. Aww.
The whole game was amazing.
It was.
Story. That's why these top 3, when I go to 2 and 1,
were hard.
I can't, Mama. I can't.
It's okay. It's gonna be okay.
Okay, so your number 3 was A Way Out.
Yeah, my number 2.
A Way Out. So what's your number 2?
My number 2 is Detroit.
Detroit? Okay. I am going to give you the floor. Detroit.
Listen, Detroit.
You don't have to argue. I love the game.
From start to finish, was as if you were in the lives of these people.
I understand. It's good.
The amazing way that it made you care for them. How everything that you decided had a consequence. Literally.
No, this was the most insane with the branching.
Literally.
More than Heavy Rain. More than Beyond Two
So
Souls.
much.
Like, everybody had something different.
And everything you did changed your path.
Yeah.
If you didn't go here, you didn't meet these people, so they didn't help you at this point.
You could be a whole different place.
Yes.
Like concentration camp, I never saw.
The concentration camp, the place with all the
Did you make it to Canada?
Yeah.
I didn't.
I made it to Canada.
I didn't make it to Canada.
I made it to Canada. I had all of them survive. None of my people died.
I had one death. Well, one group, one story death.
Who died?
The girl we can't remember. Alice and Luther died, but oh my god, how
You mean
can I
Alice
forget?
and Luther survived?
Kara.
Kara.
It just clicked. It just
Kara
clicked.
died?
Kara died from but she died beautifully.
She died
She
saving them?
reached the land of Canada. We stepped foot
Oh,
into
she
Canada.
froze.
And then she froze holding Alice's dead body. That's my ending. I live with it. I loved it. It made me cry because it kind of reflects, you know, even look at all the people dying on the border
So
right
many
now
people.
in real life.
So many people.
So how it reflects that, and then my Kara did not survive.
It was so sad.
And that's her story.
That's such
that's
a sad
her-
ending.
It is, but it's real.
It is real. Oh, you know, don't cry.
I'm gonna cry.
Don't cry.
Oh my god, okay.
Keep crying, I'm gonna
But yeah,
cry.
Detroit, Become Human.
So good. So good.
Yeah.
And my number one is God of War.
God of War, what? That's your number one?
Yeah, it's my number one because he's just, it was so,
He's delicious.
and you know I went back and I played all the games.
That's why she played all the fucking God of Wars.
I played all of them. I went back and I
You
played
were
all of them.
committed. I kept seeing your trophy list. I'm
Yes.
like, yes,
Yeah.
she's there, she's there, she's there.
Because I
She's
didn't,
there.
I wanted to know his story. I wanted to know how he got to where he was.
Yeah. And I thought you were going to let it go, but I guess you really loved the combat.
Yeah, well, I mean, not so much the combat, but I was just so intrigued.
Yeah, because it was like an action romp. You know how we have different movies? You know, the original Kratos was story heavy too. It's just more in the
It was
action.
more, yes.
It's like Fast and Furious,
Yes.
while Detroit is Schindler's List.
Yes.
Something like that, like the best combination.
Like that, yeah.
Yeah.
It was just a lot of slashing and hacking, and I was like, oh my god, when is this gonna end? But every time there was a cutscene, even in the first ones, I was like, wow, this is a pretty
Really high production.
well told
And
story.
the boss battles
The boss battles were insane.
were epic.
Oh my god, so many. And when you fought Ares, and you're like, oh my god,
He's so big.
so big. But I thought that he deserved for me to go back, so I did. And when I finally played the new one, oh my god.
You probably died.
Like my eyes got watery. I was like,
I was like, prepárate,
this.
prepárate.
I can't believe this is how much he's grown. How soft he was at times with Atreus.
And how he had to hold back his anger.
He wanted to comfort him, but then he's like, no, I'm not going to comfort him. I was like, oh my God.
And then when
At
he
least
finally
you
does.
have those feelings, you know?
Yeah, you have feelings this time, other than anger.
Yeah, at least you're letting them show now. Like, you've grown as a person. I thought that was incredible.
Incredible comeback. Like,
I mean, and the art.
the art, oh my god, the Freya's house.
Freya's,
Just Freya's house on top of a turtle.
a turtle.
I was like, gorgeous,
Literally, I was
with
like,
the fall
oh
leaves.
my God.
Yeah, I was because I think you hold a
So
pig or
beautiful.
whatever.
So
I was
beautiful.
like, let me freeze looking at everything.
It was so gorgeous. I was
Yeah,
like,
and
wow.
then Midgar and the realms.
Yes, so many
And
realms.
Mimir.
Oh, Mimir. Mimir was the gem of that
Yes,
game.
all the stories he would say on the boat.
So many. I would sometimes go on the boat. I would sit there and let him tell stories.
Let him tell stories. Be like with my tea,
Such
my
good-
Oreos. Be like, tell him, Mimir. Tell it.
He had such good stories. And
Yeah.
the brothers, the blacksmiths,
Yes.
everything about the
I
game.
forgot their names. Dang it.
Sindri
and
I forgot the other one, the angry one's name. I forgot his name.
Yeah, I forget his too.
But Sindri was
But
so
they were
nice.
awesome.
But it was such a good game.
Great
Everything
game.
about
And the axe
was
feels so amazing.
I love
And
that
the
it was
noise
so
and stuff.
heavy. I love that you felt it, and it was a heavy feeling game.
Yeah, and then
'Cause
when
you
you
know-
get the swords.
Yes. Oh
But
my
yeah,
God.
go.
You know when you start and you move a character in a game.
Yeah.
And you feel the character.
You feel it. You feel the heaviness of the character.
Because he's not just moving lightly. Like
yeah, he was
literally stepping.
But it makes sense to the character because we could say the opposite with Spider-Man.
Yes.
Because he's so flexible like a spider and.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even though I still felt Spider-Man pretty heavy.
No, I get you.
Like in the movement.
No,
It wasn't all just like when you move up, and the character walks like 10 steps.
Yeah.
And you're like.
Yeah, I get you. It was the right amount.
It was literal. It was like every time you're moving him, you're literally moving
and Atreus
him.
wasn't useless.
Oh my God. And
like
Atreus,
I loved him.
everything you told him to do,
yeah, but I always
did.
upgraded him to the max where he's like throwing thunder arrows because I focused on thunder and because you could focus him on different. I was like just spamming that shit.
Yes, I always had him with the wolves.
With the wolves, yeah.
The wolves. That was my favorite attack for him. Mm-hmm. But it was just so good.
Yeah.
So good.
I love God of War.
Everything about it was so good. Oh, I'm getting all emotional.
I know. I want to play it again.
Me too.
Number 2 for me, because I didn't go to number 2.
What's your number 2?
God of War again. No, I'm sorry. Number 2 is Octopath Traveler. I know you're not a Nintendo person anymore as much.
I played.
And then I know you want to kill me because I made you buy a 3DS to play with me, and then we never played it.
And we never played. This bitch said, "No, get Fantasy Life. We're gonna play that shit every day." So I did. And when we played one time.
Nintendo sucks with their internet. We couldn't do voice chat, and then we could only do side quests together. We couldn't do the main quest, and I didn't know that because they don't fucking say that.
You should have fucking known that.
I know I should have researched. That is my bad. But Nintendo still has my heart forever.
I know.
I'm a PlayStation and Nintendo girl. Xbox is okay, but PlayStation and Nintendo are my bays.
Mm-hmm.
So Octopath Traveler. Like last year's Mario Odyssey. Nintendo still got it.
I know they do.
They still got it. But this one's a mature game. So Octopath Traveler, 8 characters, all 8 of their stories. Don't cry, Pookie. Oh, mama. I know. God of War was fucking amazing.
It was so amazing.
Now you're making me bad. Well, no, I'll tell you when you find out my number 1. Okay, so Octopath Traveler, I think you would love to.
I probably would love
It's 8 characters, but it's like a Final Fantasy world. Okay. So it's turn-based, and there's sprites. I know you don't like that.
Turn-based.
And you don't like turn-based. I grew up with Final Fantasy and all those games. You know, RPGs I love. So 8 characters, all you live through all their stories, and it's all their journeys.
Oh.
And then I cried in all of them.
Did you?
Yes. Like, I'm going to spoil because I know you're never going to play and, and stuff. I'll give you one character. One character, which is not even my main character. One of my characters, he's an apothecary. So that means he, like, cures people and he uses magics and ointments and stuff like that. So his story is he wants to get away from his hometown and help people.
Aww.
But he ends up helping someone. Right? And in I'll tell you now. He ends up helping someone, right? But that person ends up murdering a family.
Oh, no.
Right? And then he meets another doctor. The doctor warned him. He's like, don't save everybody. Not everybody deserves to be saved. So he often goes through a identity crisis. Okay. And he's like in the middle of a bridge. This is later on in the story. And he's like, it's insinuated that he's like contemplating suicide. Yeah, and then I felt that hard. Aww. I was like, damn, his story got super deep. And I'm not going to tell you how it resolves in case you do play it. Primrose, my main girl character, right? Her father's murdered. Aww. She's sold into sex trafficking.
Oh my God.
Right? But she dances every night and gets like the information to go after this gang to kill everybody to revenge her father's death. Wow. Right? So she sleeps with one of the bad guys all the time or whatever, and she listens to everything in his way. But when she slits his throat and then she says this. She's like, "Oh, even at the end of your life, you're a pathetic dancer. Like, you know, you can't even dance correctly on your own deaf. Like, I was like, oh, yes, that's my queen.
Wow.
Yeah, so you see, and this is Nintendo Girl. But, you know, it's not Nintendo, it's Square Enix.
Right.
It's exclusively for Nintendo, but they get darker storylines. So that's 2 of the 8 motherfucking characters. And I go through all their stories and their telenovelas. And the art style, talking about art direction, it's gorgeous. It's like a pop-up book in 3D.
Is it?
But the world, like the water is real, but it's like paper cutouts and the characters are flat, but yet they move in a 3D world. That game is gorgeous. Music is my number 1 music too. It even beats my number 1 in God of War with music. Music, I have the soundtrack.
Incredible.
Amazing. And I went crazy getting the merchandise and shit. Like, I fucking love this game. Octopath is amazing. Story-wise, everything. It tugged into my heart. That's what's good about top 10 lists. Because it is subjective to your own feelings. You know,
really get into it. You really do.
You do. My number 1, which I'm not wearing a shirt, I tricked you. I was like, you probably think it was Red Dead Redemption 2.
What? Red Dead is your number 1?
Yes. You cannot knock it until you played it. Did you ever play the first one?
No, I have it, but I haven't played.
Yeah. This one beats it completely.
I know, I heard.
Yes. This one is like story, side quest, characters, music, everything is like, psh, like, I couldn't. And then the thing is, if I were to judge this game with director and stuff like that, because that's one thing I do love about other things. Like, God of War, if I was to give it to director, Corey, I love the guy. I follow him on Twitter and everything. Like, the team of God of War deserves it. Rockstar, they're more quiet. You don't know who really makes the game. You just, like, you don't even know, like... It's all a big ass company of 300 people. Because like even with Naughty Dog, we know Neil Druckmann, Amy, you know, people who directed were like always like, oh my god, when they're on Twitter and they, you know. But Rockstar is more like, so it feels bad having them as number 1. Because you know I feel like I should, but no, I'm gonna do it with the game and subjectively. This game, the mechanics, and stuff like that it's crazy. It's a little bit hard to understand. Like the side quests and the mapping and the graphics, everything is so fucking amazing. Like I can't put it into words.
It was just
like
unbelievable.
Yeah, and it because like you know, not like the horse you ride on and the character's face motion, and then you could also do many things in the game and it adapts to how you are as a person. You know, I play mines as a good guy. So I get different, you know. And also, this is the first time that I kind of see in a game mechanically and stuff like that. NPCs remember you. When you talk to people... Yes. When you talk to people, you get things later on.
Wow.
Like, I haven't seen you in quite a while. You have a long beard there, too. You could get fat.
Wow.
Your beard and hair grows. You could cut it off. You could, you know, you could get dirty where people don't talk to you if you smell.
Nuh-uh.
You know, yes, all these mechanics. It's like, how the fuck are they doing this?
Wow.
And then, for example, like, you're in the open world. You're doing comiendo mierda, killing. You know how weird you are with Horizon, with the bunny rabbits, to make a pouch to fit 12 more bullets. You know, I'm doing that or whatever. And then I see a guy who got bit by a snake, and he's like, I need a potion, like the equivalent to a potion. I need medicine. I give it to him. 3 hours later, I go into town, and he's like, there? He taps me, which scared me. And he's like, oh, hi, Colleen. Oh, I see you again. Oh my god, I owe you, man, for saving my life with the snake. I could go into the gun shop, buy any gun you want, on me. And I was like, what?
Wow.
This is so cool.
That's
like,
unbelievable.
The world, it's like...
It's like real life.
Yeah, it's technically real life. And the story, I have never hyperventilated, cried in like an ending of a game.
Wow.
Like, I was like, this is Arthur. I love him. I will die for him. Nah. It also shows you the loneliness of world. Red Dead overall, like...
Was unbelievable.
Unbelievable. It's unbelievable. What? And all the characters, you know, Sadie, John... you know,
Everything.
yeah. If anything, I can lend it to you whenever you're done. You know, for you don't feel bad, you know, just in case I get scared telling you about a game and you're like, it sucks, Daniel. No, because there's also, you know, there are faults to it. No, not every game is perfection. Things are 99.9 perfect. Like, one gripe that I hate in games is when there's a fast travel. It's not that sad, but it's not a real good fast travel.
Okay.
So, and then with Mafia 3, that was one thing, because that one doesn't have
everywhere.
a fucking... You have to drive everywhere. So here you have to ride your horse everywhere, technically.
I love that, though. But look, even in Horizon, where there was a fast travel, I always ran everywhere.
Yeah, you always ran... No, me, girl, no. I don't have time for that. I'm like, if I had to go over here, yeah. Like Spider-Man, taking the subway. I'm like, I'm not going to swing all the way to Hell's Kitchen.
You know, I only took a subway like 3 times in that game.
Oh, you need to do it 5 times to get a trophy.
Oh, then I did it 5 times. Oh, yeah, that's right. I did it because I planned it.
You can tell how obsessed I am with trophies.
But that's it. Other than that, I didn't do it I just swung everywhere.
Yeah.
So good.
So good. But yeah, that's my number 1.
Those are the lists.
Hopefully, and look, it convinced you to at least check it out. Yeah. Oh, this year I might. This is not a plug. I'm not advertising. It's because I need not to save money or anything, but I need to kind of save money a little bit. I'm gonna do GameFly because I'm not gonna
buy everything.
Yes, because I have 3 disappointments of this year. We forgot to do it at the beginning.
That's right. What are the disappointments?
Don't worry, I'm gonna go really quick because we're not gonna make this 5-hour video.
Go.
Okay, so disappointments number 1. We Happy Few. We Happy Few is kind of like BioShock. They kind of gave that and they gave that expectation.
Okay.
Right?
But
the game was broken. Like you glitch in walls and stuff like and that's that I waited months because I read the bad reviews, but I bought it anyway. Because you know I'm a psycho. I bought it anyways, and then so I waited a couple months for the patches.
And even with the patches?
Even with the patches, and then you're gonna hate what happened to me. So there's like a survival mechanic of the game, and I eat something that makes me puke every 5 minutes.
Oh my God.
Right? And then when I go to my crafting to craft it, something to fix it to make me stop vomiting, I get way later on in the game. So I played 5 hours vomiting every 5 minutes and getting dizzy and drunk. And I'm like, this is broken. Who does that? Like, and then it's procedurally generated, meaning all the rooms shift. It doesn't need to be that. And then the story's good. There's a good story in there, but I don't give 3 fucks because your mechanic and your gameplay could suck a dick. I cannot. And then I see the hints there. It looks like a good story. Like I want to see the cutscenes just to see them, but I can't.
What else?
Second, Secret of Mana. It's a remake of a Super Nintendo. I never played Secret of Mana on the Super Nintendo. They didn't upgrade it well enough.
No.
Like I felt like it felt like a cash grab. Okay. Because when you remake something with better graphics and voice acting, it should have, and it should fix mechanics and not be worse than
Please fix the mechanics.
Yes. So like, if you buy something in the store, it doesn't tell you if you bought it already. Like it doesn't have little, and then the voice acting, like they put voice acting. The original did it because it's Super Nintendo. But the characters are like this. Like it felt half done. It felt easy cash grab. Secret of Mana. No. Ni no Kuni 2.
Disappointment?
Yes, it's not a super disappointment.
But you were so excited about it.
I was so fucking. I got the collector's edition. I don't even have it in my room anymore. You see, wasting money. That's why I need GameFly. I need to stop buying every color. That's my own fault. My own stupidity.
Your own craziness.
No, and how funny. 3 weeks, I get the collector's edition for Kingdom Hearts 3 and Resident Evil 2. But those are series within a long running of 20 games. Yes. I need to stop giving faith to. Even though Ni no Kuni is a sequel, so I'm already defeating my purpose right now.
But.
You get me though, whatever. Ni no Kuni 2, it just felt boring. It was mechanically great.
Okay.
It was great, all around great. Everything was to standard. But it bored me. Oh. And I gave it 8 hours. And you know that's great. That's
a lot of hours.
That's a lot of hours I was getting into it.
That's great.
Yeah, it just felt boring and cliche compared to the masterfulness of the first one. Yeah, and then it starts super strong, but it doesn't make sense narratively. Yeah, the president of the United States, he does something wrong in a deal. Okay. The whole entire nuclear world nuclear bomb is dropped, he dies. This is the beginning of the game. And then he's resurrected into a fantasy world. And then he's forgetting about the United States, but living this whole new world. And then I'm like...
You're like, but why?
And then 8 hours in, I'm guessing it's a metaphor. Because who he befriends, the main character he befriends, is a little kid who has the responsibility of becoming a king. So you see, it has the elements for a great story, but the execution is not as great. And also, there's like 5 games in that game.
Oh my god.
It's like action slash, but then it's also strategy because you have to get your people to war. And then also, it has like 3 different art styles.
Oh.
Yeah, like it's you're chibi, like a little a pet little toy when you're in the main town. When you're in a dungeon,
the one that's like cell shaded sometimes.
Yes, so it's like a bunch of. It's too many. It was all over. It's a hot mess. It's all over the place. It was boring, but it was okay and everything.
Okay.
And I was willing to give it a second chance, but I couldn't. I was like,
There's too much.
Life is too short. Ni no Kuni 1, you'll be in my heart.
What's the next one?
But yeah.
How many disappointments did you have?
3. And it carried over. I never got to play Darksiders 3 or the Quiet One. That's why they're not on the list. Disclosure. Now, what's our most anticipated? For me, it's Resident Evil 2 and Kingdom Hearts 3.
For me, it's Resident Evil 2, Days Gone.
Days Gone.
And Overkill's The Walking Dead.
Yes. Which I just disappointed you. We'll see the review now because it came out for PC.
Oh, God.
So let's see. Maybe they fix it for PS4. And then we'll see. We'll keep an eye for it.
It just looks so good.
Days Gone is in my cautious.
Why cautious?
Because they were supposed to release in January or February. They changed the date. I feel like Sony doesn't believe in it. And something's happening because they're quiet all of a sudden on it.
Yes, you know, it was everywhere and then it was nowhere.
It was everywhere and then it was nowhere, and it feels like they don't believe in it, and it's scaring me.
Oh my god!
But maybe it's a tactic. They did the same thing with Detroit, and look at Detroit; it's your number 2.
Yeah.
So, I'm giving it the benefit of the doubt, and I've been seeing more recent clips, and it's been looking pretty dope.
It looks pretty amazing.
It looks pretty. I'm still gonna get it day 1 because we're crazy like that.
Yep.
So I'm cautious for it, but I'm really excited. But Resident Evil 2, it could do no wrong. We love every Resident Evil.
You know that Claire. Ooh.
We even love the crappy ones. Like that series. And Claire is
looks
delicious.
So
and Leon. Oh, I'm gonna die.
But yeah.
And then Kingdom Hearts, waiting 13 years for it.
13 years later, man.
13 years later.
It's gonna be worth the wait, though.
Yes. I hope it is. I'm still scared.
I'm sure it is.
They released a trailer that got like everybody mad because it spoils so much, and I almost cried. I started panicking because like it insinuates like Donald Duck is like dead. He died in battle.
Oh
I was like, nah, he just used all his magic. He's exhausted. That's what I'm gonna give him. But yeah, I can't wait. Even the Pirates of the Caribbean level, I'm over it. But yeah,
it'll be good.
So 2019, we welcome it.
Yeah. Hopefully it's gonna kick ass, just like 2018 did.
I know, and January's starting a great month.
Yeah, January's starting strong.
Yeah, and the Days Gone, I think it's March, no?
Is it?
So it's 2 more months. I'm gonna take vacation for that game. I want to take. That's gonna be my first because I can't really do vacation in January or February.
Be your first vacation.
My first vacation month, not month, week, because I have like 7 weeks vacation. So
it's gonna be.
I'd rather do vacations for video games than to like go to like California or like visit people in other parts of the world. I know, I'm like, let me do video games. I know, I'm weird.
But yeah.
But no, I want to do half video games, half traveling. For Octopath Traveler, for Tressa, and for Alphen. I will go out there in the world. But yeah, but thank you for always doing this for me. And here's to 2019. Keep a journal this time.
I'll try.
Yes, I love you, Pookie. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Whoever watches these.
Does anybody even watch these?
No, I just like having them. I don't do videos for like to become famous. Like, I don't do those things. I just like, oh my God.
How long is it?
An hour and 4 minutes.
Oh God.